Hey guys, Ray from Love You RV. Today I'm reviewing a tire pressure monitoring system for your RV from a company called Guta. Up front, fair disclaimer, this was sent to me free of charge for the review. I haven't really been reviewing too many tire pressure monitoring systems that are offered to me. For the last 4 years I've used one called the EEZRV. Called EEZTire, and I've been very happy with it. I bought that myself actually, and I've used it for 4 years. The reason I decided to review this is it's almost identical to my EEZTire system that I've used, but it's over $100 cheaper for basically the same amount of sensors and everything. So I thought it'd be worth taking a look at, so I'm going to show you what's included, the features, and then we're going to install it on the RV, and then I'm going to take it for a test run as we go out camping and see how it performs. So we got some features here: real-time display of tire pressure and temperatures. I really like the temperature option. Kind of lets me know if you get a tire running low or anything, or a wheel bearing that's starting to heat up. It'll kind of, you'll be able to see that one tire is kind of getting out of temperature range, so you can get on that before anything major happens. External cap sensors for easy installation, light, compact, anti-theft, and water resistant sensors. 3 to 4 years for the sensor battery life, and the battery is replaceable. Well, 3 to 4 years sounds like a lot. I usually get about a year out of my current one. Accurate pressure reading, pressure range 0 to 188 psi, so that's important for people that have larger motorhomes. Like my tires only go up to 80 psi, but it's good to have that extra range. Receiving data while parking, large LCD display of pressure and temperature, long receiving distance, hide and unhide tractor and trailer data, maximum 24 tires. So there's 2 displays here. I ordered this one because I really like just the plain LCD display, because I like to have this mounted in the corner of my dash so I can be looking at the temperatures and stuff all the time. Versus I've reviewed a tire pressure monitoring system from Tire Minder called the i10, and I really didn't like it because it was way too reflective. Even though it was a color display, I found it hard to see in the sunshine. Anyway, let's pop this apart and see what's inside this thing. I ordered the 8 sensor model. Okay, so here's what you get in the box. This is the 8 sensor package. Comes with the actual extender for the larger RVs. I don't think I'll need it on mine, but what you do with this is you attach it to the 12 volt power in your RV, and you place it about around midship in the RV, and that helps it get to the back tires on really long rigs. Mine's only a 30 foot, so I never had any problem with the EEZRV. I didn't need any extender, but that's included in this package. Manuals, etc. Here's the 8 sensors. I just took one apart so you can see. This one uses a CR2032 battery, which is larger than what was used in the EEZTire. And there you go, the battery just slips inside of that, and then the case goes on. There is a rubber O-ring on the bottom there, and they give you spare rubber O-rings. This keeps the water out of the sensor. 2 ways to mount it. I usually use the suction cup method. Just mount it just above my dash on the windshield there over in the corner so I can easily see it, but they do have a permanent mount included. And then here is the unit itself. Doesn't have anything on it now because I haven't actually activated any of the sensors, but they'll show up on that display screen. Looks a little bit smaller. And then there's a charger there. Looks like a USB charger. A little cable included, which is nice. The EEZTire that I had a lighter socket charger. This one I think is a little more convenient. Charge it right off a laptop or anything. Okay, maybe let's compare it to the EEZTire I got. I'll just go get that and we'll compare the screens and the sensors. Here's my EEZTire. Let's turn it on there. So very, very close. I think the Guta is a little bit smaller. Screen size is pretty close. EEZTire might be a little bit wider, but very similar. You can see why I thought maybe they came out of exactly the same factory. They sort of have a lot of the same buttons and display screen there. And as far as the sensors go, this is the EEZTire sensor. Now it came with a kind of a protective cover. I think mainly it was for anti-theft, just like that. Whereas the Guta has these extra nuts here and a special wrench, so it makes it hard for people to go and grab it off your wheel. I'll just open up the EEZTire sensor there. You can see very similar, except the Guta is slightly larger to accommodate that larger battery. This one in here, I think it's a 1612 battery in there. Let's just pop that out. So I can see why the Guta might have a longer battery life, because it's a lot larger battery they're using in there compared to the EEZTire. There's a comparison when they're put together. So yeah, this is a much larger one. I don't really feel a whole lot of difference in weight. Probably their brass is about the same and it's just all plastic. It's kind of very similar in weight. So overall, I've been really happy with the EEZTire system. 4 years now, it's never had any problems. It always has a really solid connection and everything. This little thing here, I didn't even bother hardwiring it because it basically lasted for weeks and weeks, as long as I just turned it off between tows. So the battery, I'd just charge it up and not have to hook it into anything. I wanted to get this newer system just to sort of compare, because it's much cheaper, so maybe it'd be a good comparison for my audience. Also, I wanted to get 8 sensors. My old system just had 6, so I just had them on the trailer. With 8, I can also do my 4 truck tires. Now my Ram 2018 Ram comes with a kind of built-in tire pressure monitoring that's built into the tires themselves, but it's kind of awkward to look at on the dash stuff, so it'd be kind of nice to have it right up front, and also it would give me temperature readouts on the truck tires as well. Okay, setting things up is pretty straightforward. You hold the code button for 3 seconds and you get this display here. Then you want to go and program your sensors in. So I usually like to start with the driver's side front wheel. You can see these are numbered, little stickers that I put on there. Also use some clear nail polish and put it on there just to help the stickers stay better. And all you have to do is then press the code button and hold this near, and when you see that number show up, then it's programmed. And you move on to the next one. Let's go to number 2 here. So I got number 2. There's number 2 programmed, and so on and so on. And then you can decide which space you want to put them. I'm going to put 4 on my front, and then the trailer will have 4 spaced out just like they look like on the trailer. And once you're done, you just hit code again, hold it. So now I have my tires. Looks like it didn't pick up number 1. I'm going to have to try that again. I don't know why it didn't remember number 1. There's 1. Try that one more time. There we go. Okay, now we have all 4. So it's going off on an alarm because I don't have them attached to the tire, so it's thinking that there's no PSI and the tire is flat. So let me go put them on the truck and trailer. Attaching to the tire is pretty straightforward. You put on this little brass nut first. And then on goes the sensor transmitter. So you tighten that up, I guess hand tight, then you back that nut back towards it, and then you use this special wrench and you tighten that nut up at the back. I think basically that's so people can't just come along and take it. It's on there too tight for them. Not that I don't think a lot of people steal these things, maybe kids would or something like that, but I guess it's good to have it like that. Kind of keeps it on really tight. And on my trailer tires early on, I had put metal valve stems on. I find they're a little more solid, especially for these sensors, because you're putting extra weight on. I guess the rubber ones will flex. Right now my truck has rubber ones, but they're all pretty new. I think the next time I rotate my tires, I'm going to have them. Oh, you can hear the thing beeping because I pulled that off. It's telling me that I got a low pressure. Anyway, the metal valve stems are better to have, I'm pretty sure. And these things don't stick out too far, so you're not going to like kill them when you go, if you hit alongside a curb. So the unit has a couple of different alerts. It can alert you for low tire pressure, high tire pressure, or fast loss of tire pressure. Also can alert you if the temperature gets too high. So you need to set a baseline for all those, and you do that by hitting the set button for 3 seconds. You get this PSI, and you hit it again. And then you can go from Fahrenheit to Celsius. I like to keep mine in Fahrenheit. Some people prefer Celsius, up to you. So high temperature alert here. You can see it shows high, and you can adjust it there. I like to keep mine about 111, which is quite low actually, but I find I'd like to get an early alert. And I find for most cases I don't tow in very hot weather, so a lot of times it's not going to get near that. You hit set again, and then you get your PSI, and you can see this axle here is flashing. So I usually like my front truck tires, I like 72 PSI when I'm towing. Hit that again, and I'll go to the back axles, and I like to set mine at 80 PSI on the back. Hit that again. This doesn't matter, that's kind of the default. They have 131, but I'm not setting those, so I'll just keep going. And that's actually spare tire. And another axle I won't have. This will be trailer axles. My tires are capable of 80 PSI, but I like to run them about 72 because I upped the load range on my stock ones, so I find 72 is a nice PSI for my rig. And same with my back axles there. And once again, I don't have the spare set. You can buy extra sensors for your spares if you like. Hit that, and then you just hit the set button again, and that locks them in for you. A couple other neat features: you can show or hide the vehicle tires. Like say I'm not super worried about my truck tires or something, I could just have the trailer tires showing. So there's a manual way to do that. You just hit the minus button for 3 seconds, or the plus button for 3 seconds, and it'll show or hide either of those. Or if you use the truck and the thing doesn't see the trailer tires for a length of time, it'll just automatically give up on the trailer tires and just show your truck tires, which is kind of nice. And also they have low battery alert on there for the display, and also sensor low battery alert, which is kind of nice to have so you know when it's time to replace the batteries in your sensor. And also lost sensor signal. So when monitor has not received one of the sensor signal for more than an hour, and the monitor data display rolls to the lost sensor, there will be a blank displayed on the screen. So if you see that blank, you know you better stop and check for your sensors. Somehow someone's taken it or it's fallen off the vehicle. So here's where I like to run mine in the truck. Suction cup right down in the corner. Well, you can see why I like the liquid crystal display versus some of those colored backlit displays. This is just so much easier to see. You know, it's in the sun, I can still see it. It has really nice big numbering on this one. You know, you don't get real time of all of them in one shot. It cycles through at 5-second intervals. But if something starts to go haywire, like you got too high or too low pressure, your temps, it'll actually, the alert will come on and it'll start beeping on you. If it does beep, you can always just hit a button and it'll stop the beep, because sometimes it can get annoying. You can see my tires there, the trailer tires. They're showing, there's the truck tire. So the truck tires are kind of out of whack now, because I just got brand new tires, and all I did was I kind of just put them around 60 or so, because I've just been driving around town lately. Before I get to towing, I'll get my Viair air compressor out and set those to what I want. Trailer tires are sitting around, looks like 73, 74, so they haven't lost any air since we were last out, and that was probably 2 months ago or something. And then you can see the temperature readings, 66F, then some are way higher. Well, they're the sensors that are sitting in the sun right now. And you have to keep that in mind when a lot of times you're driving, you got the sun on one side, the readings are going to be much higher, but you can kind of look at them and go, okay, they're all the ones on the sunny side are kind of within each other, so there's not a problem. Anyway, I'm going to go only about 5 or 6 days, and we're going to be out of this RV park and out into the forest to do some camping. So it's around a 55-kilometer trip, so then I'll come back and end this video and let you know how it performed. I think it's going to be good, though. It seems to be exactly the same system as the EEZTires. Well, it's a nice trip out. About 55-kilometer travel to this campground, a little over 30 miles. Also of note, my new Cooper tires worked really well. Really nice smooth toe with them. And the new Guta TPMS worked great. No problem at all. I don't even have the extender put in there, and it was fine, solid the whole way. Worked really well. One thing I didn't say is if it's dark out, there is a backlight that comes on automatically. You can see it there. I just turned it on this morning. Usually it takes maybe 5 minutes for them to sync up and start to display. So this is the cold tire pressure I have set. You can see on the rear there, I have them at 78. This is the trailer tires now that it's sinking through, so 72, 73-ish. You can see it's 59 degrees is what they're reading out as the temperature. Just cycling through the rear trailer tires there. And then we'll go to the front tires of the truck. You can see 70 psi and 71 psi. And then the back, 78 and 78. So I'm going to use this as my tire pressure monitoring system going forward, and I'll come back and give you a longer term review. But so far it's working pretty well identically to my EEZTire that I've used for roughly around 4 years now and been quite happy with it. So I think I'm going to be pretty happy with this. It's like I say, it's much like it, but it's about $100 cheaper. Till next time, Ray from loveyourrv.com. Cheers everyone. Thanks for watching, folks.